Okay, before we get this underway, please take your fingertips away from your keyboard and don't type anything in the comments just yet, because this is not a video talking about what you think I'm going to be talking about. I'm not going to be talking about Cole Caufield and criticizing the guy's play. I'm not going to be going over the individual shifts that he has had and breaking down every single bad thing that he has done. Cole Caufield has played 2 games at the NHL level right now. He is at 0 points, and that is fine. That's okay. He's 19 years old. He's not supposed to be the next coming of the Messiah or whatever. He's not going to be that. So please, before anybody goes out there and starts talking about, oh, why are you criticizing Cole Caufield? That's not what we're doing here. What we're talking about is a lot more of a conversational topic, because I wanted to talk not about the hockey player, not about the hockey teams in general, but about the hockey fans, and in particular, Toronto Maple Leafs fans and just other Canadian fans that aren't fans of the Montreal Canadiens. That was poor phrasing. By Canadian fans, I mean fans of Canadian NHL teams that are not the Montreal Canadiens. Because for Cole Caufield and the way that he has made his debut the previous 2 games in the NHL, I've been seeing such a huge amount of discourse online that's just so weird to me. And normally, I wouldn't really see too much value in talking about what people are talking about online, because people are always going to have different opinions and people are always going to throw around things. But when it comes to what is essentially the meme that is Cole Caufield, things have gotten a little bit out of hand, I would say. And so, before we expand more on that topic, thank you to those in the previous Canadiens video who commented in the comment section, do you even lift, bro? If you want a chance to be featured in the next Habs video, then please stick around to the end of this one for a chance to do so with the comment section keyword. But when it comes to Cole Caufield making his debut with the Montreal Canadiens, I think every Canadiens fan and their mother knows just how hyped up this guy was to the entire fan base. He had broken all these records with the US NTDP, and then he tied Ovechkin's U18 World Championships record. Then he went over to the Wisconsin Badgers NCAA system, was a goal-a-game player over there. The fact that he was able to do all of this while being so small, which is kind of the embodiment of the Canadian spirit, because the Canadiens have a lot of small players, go figure, it made him such an attractive package to any Canadiens fan looking at this guy and saying, darn, this is a prospect we have going into the future. And so, rightfully so, you saw a whole bunch of Habs fans get extremely hyped up about this guy. And honestly, I could say that I'm a big problem when it comes to that part, because, yeah, every time Caufield did something good, we would make a video about it. Every time Caufield won an award, or he was, I don't know, going out there with some cool playmaking abilities or whatever, we would make a video about it. We'd do videos for pretty much every highlight of this guy's season. Not really just because I like the guy. Yes, I do like the guy a lot, which is why I like to talk about it, but also because I know that this stuff gets views. This stuff is something that you like to see. And as a result, as a content creator in the position that I'm in, it would be irresponsible to see a topic or a market for content that people like to watch and not take advantage of that. Sure, there are other NHL prospects out there who do cool things like Cole Caufield does, but if I made a video every 2 days as to what Anton Lundell is doing in the Finnish League or to what Matthew Boldy is doing in the AHL, those wouldn't generate nearly the same amount of traction, because when it comes to the way Canadiens fans love Caufield, that love right there, it's unmatched. I think there's no fan base in the NHL that loves their one individual prospect more than the Canadiens fan base loves Cole Caufield. And every other NHL fan base, they know that too. That's not a fact that is surprising to hear. Oh, Habs fans love Cole Caufield more than Canucks fans love Podkolzin, more than Vegas fans love Peyton Krebs, more than, I don't know, Islanders fans loved Sorokin a year ago. It's unanimous. Caufield is the most loved prospect by his individual team. I guess you could say the Leafs are up there too, because Rodion Amirov and Liljegren and Sandin and all those get the love as well, but because Cole Caufield was out there breaking so many records and all that, it made it so easy for Habs fans to just constantly talk about this guy, to the point that it was so annoying to other NHL fan bases, and that's kind of what I'm talking about here. The fact that the Montreal Canadiens fan base's love for Cole Caufield has gotten so big that now, when he's in the NHL, you have yourselves what is a very big part of other Canadian fan bases actively cheering for the guy's downfall and making super sarcastic comments every time Cole Caufield goes out there and does not get a goal or does not get any points or does not do something out there to make a difference. I'd been seeing so many comments on Instagram for the Maple Leafs and their own page talking about, oh, Cole Caufield, nah, this guy sucks. Robertson's better. Oh, you have this Cole Caufield. I thought he was supposed to do something. And in fact, after the first game against Calgary, where Montreal won 2-1, Caufield got 0 points, I had so many people popping up on my Twitter feed, mostly like Toronto fans pretty much, just talking about how Cole Caufield went out there and he didn't do anything, how he's going out there as a bust. And I know they're joking. I know that's certainly not super sincere. But we have some other responses here that I wanted to read out for you over here. Cole Caufield just scored 0 points in his debut. If you want to know what Twitter would look like if one of the non-Montreal teams in the North Division won the Stanley Cup, look at your timeline. To many fans, Caufield not thriving means just as much as winning the Stanley Cup. And then we have some replies where they're screenshotting some of the tweets, talking about what people are saying about Caufield, and admittedly, one of the accounts here, James, Account for Hockey, is a very, very good Twitter follow, by the way. His account is one of the many Twitter accounts over the past 48, 72 hours or so that I've seen just going out there making sarcastic remarks about Cole Caufield. In fact, yesterday in the Toronto Maple Leafs game, we had what was a low-light reel. And I say low-light reel because that's what other people were calling it. They had a Sportsnet segment where they showed off some Caufield highlights, but the highlights were just him running into the referee, getting stripped of the puck, getting neutralized, and not taking his shots properly. And those were the Caufield quote-unquote highlights that were being pushed onto the TV by Sportsnet, which is a primarily Toronto-based media function. And people on Twitter were just going wild with this. Oh my goodness, what a great low-light package for Cole Caufield. And as a result, it's been so funny to me because it's an endless cycle. You see NHL fans of other Canadian teams kind of just poking little jabs at Cole Caufield and just doing the little things because, oh, he was supposed to be really good. He was this crazy goal-a-game NCAA player, but now he's got 0 points in 2 games in the NHL. Oh, what a bust, They're just kind of joking around about it, right? But then you have the Habs fans, which make it even worse. Canadiens fans, if you see this stuff online, I'll tell you what right now, who cares? Who cares? You don't have to go to the lengths that I've seen so many Canadiens fans go out there to try to rationally defend Cole Caufield and say, oh, this guy outproduced Matthews in the NTDP. He broke Patrick Kane and Phil Kessel and Matthews' goal record. He tied Ovi and all that. You don't need to respond to this stuff. That's kind of the number one rule when it comes to online engagement. You know what's one of the best ways to avoid this kind of stuff? You take your laptop and you close it. You take your smartphone, you see that little button on the side of your phone? Yeah, you press it. You know what it does? It turns it off. You can do that when you're engaging in online discourse that's just very obviously going out there trying to troll you. So for Canadiens fans, I'm not going to say that you guys are perfect in any way as well, because I think a lot of you can agree with me here. There are many irrational Habs fans out there that will go to unnecessary lengths to try to defend Cole Caufield to trolls on the internet, because when it comes to the way Caufield was brought up as a fan favorite prospect, as one of the most beloved prospects in the league, and a guy who had so much hype behind him, and kind of rightfully so, because, he's a very good player. When you have a guy who's put into the spotlight this much, as Cole Caufield has been for Montreal fans, it puts that spotlight in front of every other NHL fan base too. And so they're going to go out there, they're going to try to troll you guys, they're going to try to piss you off by talking about Caufield and make slight little jabs as to why he is not as good as people say he is. So, I just kind of wanted to make a video about that. As I said, it's not really me hating on Caufield or anything. It's just me taking a look at what I'm seeing all over social media and being like, that's a very interesting pattern. It's not one that I'm surprised to see, but it is one that does exist. So if you made it to the end of this video, talk to me in the comment section below, Mark Zuckerberg. And the reason that is our comment section keyword is because I'm thinking all now about social media, which makes me think of The Social Network, the movie, which is, the Mark Zuckerberg Facebook movie. So yeah, Mark Zuckerberg is the comment section keyword for a chance to be featured in the next Canadiens video. But also, talk to me in the comments, what do you think about this Cole Caufield stuff? As I said, am I wrong? Like, you can't tell me that I'm wrong here. There's so many trolls out there talking about him. There's so many irrational Habs fans falling for the bait and trying to defend him, which leads to a bigger cycle of trolling and nonsense going out online. So talk to me in the comments what you think. It's just kind of a funny commentary, so I apologize if you feel like I wasted your time with this one. I hope you enjoyed this, Mr. Cyanide. And bye.